It's the hottest, the latest, and the biggest entertainment stories this morning. This is Tea Time, your favorite entertainment news program. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo, and as you know, I'm never alone. Here with me in the studio are my colleagues Elsie Godwin, Ife Oshunkeye, and Ife Omai. Hello, people.
Hi.
Morning. Hi, morning. So I sort of hear that Ubi Franklin has given, has had his fourth child.
He's expecting.
His fourth child. Oh. Thank you very much for clarification, because that could have gone the wrong way. The fourth child hasn't yet arrived. Okay. So, Elsie, maybe you should start now that you've done the corrections.
Okay, the baby mama or alleged baby mama is jetting out of the country to have the fourth child, and apparently she has two child already.
Two children.
Sorry, Jerry. Two children from, I don't know if they are from one man or different men, but she's also in Ubi Franklin's league. And this is quite, I mean, this was the news of last night. Everywhere. He was trending for hours. I think it's still trending, I'm not very sure. But I'm looking at it from the angle of the women now. I mean, someone said something, said, why not look at it from the angle of saying the lady, what if these ladies just want a donor or someone that would just get them pregnant? They're not interested in getting married, they just want to have kids and move on. And Ubi is readily available to be the,
Do you think it has more to do with the woman or than him? Because this is his fault.
Look at it from both angles, like.
But she also has two.
No, but like he has like children from 4 different women.
What if there's 4 different women aside Lillian now? What if the other women are just capable and just want to have children? Like they don't care if they're married to him or not.
Then in that case, he won't be coming out to deny it before he accepts it.
Especially
to
like
deny it before he accepts it.
Yeah, because he's denying this one right now.
Has he said anything?
Yeah,
what did he say?
He's denying that he had anything to do with this woman.
And that's how he denied with the last one.
And that was what he did with the last one. He accepted.
Exactly.
So if it was an agreement, he wouldn't be denying in the first place.
I think it's more in his own
nature.
nature.
And then Ubi has made it clear to all of us that he wants to have 5 children. So I think this is a man's life. I think he should
But if that's the case too, he won't be denying it at first to accept it. So Ubi's case is weird.
Yeah, it's weird. And I'm just wondering, we've accepted all the modern technologies and facilities such as private jet, luxurious cars. Why has he not accepted the invention of condoms? Do you understand? Like,
that's why I just want to look at it from the angle of choices. But like you said,
it's choices at the end of the day.
Well, if not all men like protection, regardless. And if they know that, they're financially capable,
there are arguments everywhere that some people believe that having raw sexual intercourse is better than using a condom.
I've just said unprotected.
It's a day
like
show.
Just say unprotected.
Exactly. You don't have to get all graphic. All right, Omai, let's hear what you've got to say on this story.
Yeah, I mean, it's their choice, like you first said. At the end of the day, first of all, I like the picture. I was like, okay, you look nice. It's your, baby bump and everything. But I don't think anyone. This is not someone that's not known. I don't think anyone will go into his bed and not know what they are capable of, like experiencing and stuff. Like there's a like we say, one is a mistake. Twice or 3 times it becomes your character. So like, I'm going to go on Ife's train of thought that's saying like he probably doesn't like using condoms as well. Whether or not it's nicer, the point is he probably doesn't just believe in that, because if he did, he wouldn't have.
And by the news we are reading, she said she lost twins for him.
No, one. She was supposed to have twins, but
she
lost one.
As in the top
Yeah, so she's still got one left that she's going to deliver in America.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Elsie, you're a bit taken aback by that piece of information.
I don't know, but it's just too much. And I'm wondering who is leaking this information. Is this a deliberate attempt by the woman to be sure that she's counted when they are counting
Ubi Franklin's
baby mama?
The one that released the statement that she's pregnant for him. So that's why it's alleged. She was the one who broke the news. It wasn't a close source.
And says she's a businesswoman.
And apparently was living in Ubi's house as well. So it gets even more tricky.
So they're not living, are they still together?
She's traveling to have the child.
Yes, and I'm sure it will be under the sponsorship of our very
own. Or maybe under her own sponsorship.
Who knows? After all, she's been living with him for some time.
These ladies, they just want to.
I don't think he hangs out with broke girls anyway. from his train of ladies.
Yeah.
They're always successful into one business or the other.
The other.
The last one
or
was his staff, though.
Yeah, it was his staff,
Yeah,
yeah.
but she
Oh,
was working. She
wow.
had a job. Right?
But yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, all right. I think enough on that story. Maybe we should.
Yeah, enough, please.
Okay, so on to the other stories of the day. Our next headline is on Zlatan's message to Naira Marley. And apparently this was some kind of emotional message. One of the articles that I saw.
Yeah.
How is it emotional?
Yeah.
Well, that's what they said. That's what I'm
very
like.
touchy.
Very touchy. I was
This
like,
will be the most touching story.
that you will read today. I'm like,
And
hello.
I'm like, okay, what are we talking about here?
Well. If he hasn't said anything, maybe he
Okay,
finds
was
it
it
touchy.
No. I'm not gonna touch on the touchy side.
Okay.
Pun intended.
Okay.
But I'm just going to say this is realness at a time where everybody have turned their back against Naira Marley. And this is, you never know what happened in there. We all know how the system or the street code works. Like, Naira Marley could have decided to snitch on them if he had facts on them or if he has facts on them. But so far, so good. Nothing has been out there said about Zlatan, said about the other guys that were arrested with him. Even though there's new information that Naira Marley was actually arrested in Zlatan's house, not even in his own house.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes. So he wasn't even in his own house. They arrested him when they busted
Zlatan.
Zlatan's house.
Oh.
So it's all love at the end of the day, and I appreciate the fact that he's coming to say this, even though, like, come on, his record label owner deleted his photo, disassociated himself with him, and he's just showing him that, look, I got your back, even if everybody's going to judge you. And thank God, say man no be God, because at the end of the day, we have all fallen short of the glory of God one time or the other, but he still takes us back. You understand?
You're in the spirit right now. Flow.
But right now, everybody's making it look like he's the worst person in the world. But he's not. There are people that have done worse. But everybody has something. Everybody has an opinion at this point in time. Nobody's justifying what he did. It's cool to have an opinion. But turning your back on somebody you once called a friend, that's
It's a bit
dodgy
ironic.
in
Dodgy.
your word. So let's just focus on the fact that he's still showing him love. And he said he has been a Malian. Because
Right from
Naira Marley
way
didn't
back.
just start music with the old
Yeah, that's true.
Nigerian scene. He started in the UK, and I've been a fan of Naira Marley like since way back
So you're a
myself.
Malian
So
too?
A
no, I
Malian.
don't call myself a Malian because
It's
I'm not
Zlatan.
that much of a fan. I don't even like Zlatan,
Okay.
but I appreciate this.
Okay, good. I really appreciated one of the things that he said in terms of, I think what he was basically saying, if I were to summarize, is that, you know, if you live in glass houses, you shouldn't really throw stones, you know, and that we're all guilty of...
One thing or the other.
Exactly, so there's no point in
Which
like...
can also be directed to Naira Marley as well. I think for me, I've always had, I mean, I don't wish anyone bad, and I know that what Naira Marley is going through is not easy, despite the fact that he drew that to himself. But we are not, like if I say, we're not short, we've done that before, right? Yeah. So I'm always really careful, especially with celebrities going out and supporting the crime. But this message, for me, does it because he doesn't support the crime. He's not saying, no matter what you do, just do whatever, you know, he's not that. He's just saying, as a friend, I will be there for you. And we've done that before with people that we care about. You know, we know that what you're doing is wrong, but I will still... not support the crime, but
I would even advise you to stop that bad thing.
Exactly, but be there for you as well. And then I also don't like that the only thing I don't with the message is that they keep adding God into this thing, and it's very almost hypocritical because
no, say because I think I have one. I can resonate with what you're saying, so go ahead.
It just looks like you pick and choose when it's really comfortable for you to use this God thing, right? The God that you're serving is not in support of what you were doing. Where was all that energy about God in that crime?
In the first place.
And if you're not saying even that he was in his house or whatever, you're not involved, you're involved or whatever, like keep that energy as well. So don't make it... I mean, it's a sad thing, but don't victimize your situation when you're actually at fault.
Okay, all right. It's a wonderful way for us to... We need to go on break, Elsie.
Okay.
Yes, is it? Can it go in 1 second? Go on.
No, it's fine.
60 seconds?
It's fine.
It's fine. All right. Time for a quick break right now. But we've got more entertainment stories right after this. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can't live here.
My real names are Akbohyofobo, Akborubomemere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, you know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you have a younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Welcome back from that quick break. It's tea time, and it's time for the next story. 2face drags Copyright Society of Nigeria, tags them corrupt. Yes, that's the headline. And I think this this story has been developing all through, I think, this week, I would say. And now he's actually called them absolutely corrupt. And I think I'll start with you, Elsie. You know, seeing you wanted to say something at the last time, so let's give you that chance to say as much as you can.
This is not Zlatan issue, please, I beg. Of course, I don't know what's going on there. I like that 2face has always been the man to come out and speak up when there is need to. And this is where we expect his colleagues. I mean, he's not the only member of COSON right now. We expect them to come out, say something. What do you think is going on? What exactly is going on? How should this be tackled? 2face cannot be the only one fighting this battle. He cannot be the only one gaining something from COSON, right? And we've had Tony Okoroji on this show. I wasn't here, but I think Ife asked him some questions on this too, and he kind of wriggled his way out of it. But this has been ongoing, not just this week.
And then
it's been ongoing for a long time.
If we also look at the statistics, but I don't know if those statistics, where they sprang from, but from what 2face is saying, that in 2017, they spent like 1 million on security, 1.3, and then in 2018, they spent like 31 million. That the difference is way too much. Within a space of 1 year, you spent like 30 million difference. You know, so he's questioning. Sorry? So he's questioning like the figure and that where has all that money gone, you know. So I don't know. It's definitely questionable, you know. All right, Ife.
I'm glad this is coming out now because this is not the first time that Tony Okoroji. There was a time he was even kicked off the seat as the chairman of COSON, and but the court ruled that he should be reinstated as the chairman of COSON. And while he was on this set, I asked him a couple of questions about how corrupt, and he kept on saying that we're a united front. If you come to, all he could tell us was how when you come to COSON, the building is neat, it's clean, and I'm like, that's not the issue right now. Like, are we not supposed to be focused? Are people actually getting the royalties they deserve? And he actually blasted some people saying that, look, some people, your song doesn't even get played. So how will you be expecting royalties? But we all know that is not true because there's no way you will be. I hear songs from 2013, 2012, 2010, 2009, 2008 when I go out every night. So the songs are constantly being played. And then if your songs are being played, you're entitled to your royalty. So no matter how little. No, but what 2face is saying right now.
Coming quickly, but I don't think he was like talking about just the main artists. I think there are some artists where you know definitely it's not every time they get their songs played.
Since you brought that up, I didn't want to go all out, but I'm going to go all out. This is between him and Onyeka Onwenu. Onyeka Onwenu, our song still gets played, right?
Yeah, definitely.
The high life places you go to and then you listen to Onyeka Onwenu all night long, and then you never, it's evergreen. But there was this battle between them, and it was like, oh, you don't get, your songs don't get airplay anymore, they don't play your song. But the fact that they play it at certain places, she's entitled to a royalty. So they had like this battle in court and all of that. But that was where I was going to when I was asking him the question. But you know, he was always talking about the building and all of that. So I like the fact that 2face is coming out to say this now. Maybe more people will stand up for their rights, because it is actually your right. You are not begging COSON for this money.
Exactly.
It's what belongs to you.
It's the time they need to start talking, not coming to jump on Naira Marley and Zlatan.
Exactly.
They need to start talking now. Like, let's pay attention to the things that are important and allow the forces do what they're supposed to do when necessary.
I mean, I'm always impressed by 2face. It seems to be focusing on the right stuff majority of the time. I think also, even from our last conversation about the health and all that stuff, you can see that the music or the entertainment industry in general sometimes misplaces priorities and stuff. So this is a good thing that he's doing, being public about his concerns, and maybe people can start to focus on like actual things like your monetary values and all of that stuff. I don't know what's going on with this COSON.
Copyright Society.
I don't know what's wrong with COSON, and they're being somewhat transparent enough that we can even see that there is, you know, fraud going on, but they need to also explain why that is. If firing someone in 2007 is costing you so much money, like how can that be?
And that person is still in power.
Exactly. And then there's the law and all that stuff. So it looks like the money is going into the wrong things. People's had earned money is going into law,
hiring
police, and
cleaning the building.
Yeah.
The building has to be kept clean.
Clean, yes.
Oh, you can understand why they spend so much on security. No disrespect to Tony Okoroji, I'm a big fan. But even when he came to Plus TV Africa, he came with 2 security details. So.
Yes,
and that
but
is not even a politician.
That's understandable. I am saying that you can't go from, because of security detail, you can't go from 1 million to 30 million within the span of 12 months.
As in, when you put those bills, do you know how many other people are going around like that work with COSON?
Yeah, right.
What were they doing in the year before that?
Guys,
they didn't do
so you guys not listening.
Okay, guys, before we move on to the next story, I just wanted to raise one point on 2face. You know, 2face was supposed to lead some kind of demonstration some time back. I don't remember what it was about, but at the end of the day,
it was about Nigeria and our issues. But why do you want to go that way back right now? Because there's something I want to bring up here about the same COSON, and he is saying that their license has expired. And he's making it criminal for COSON to demand and collect royalties on behalf of members.
There are different bodies apart from COSON, though. There's another body which is higher than COSON.
Okay.
So I think when he's saying the license has expired, doesn't mean that there won't still a body. There's a body that COSON reports to as well. So I think it's just like, it's a food chain, typically. So when he's talking about their license has expired, maybe it's time for them to get someone else to be in charge of COSON, or probably scrap it. But it doesn't mean that somebody else won't still be getting these royalties on their behalf, but it is getting the royalties to the artist that is the problem.
But do you think it will work better? This is not shade to anyone if they have younger people doing this right now, especially when we are going digital and people that are actually pushing these songs on these platforms are not
in this age and time, we really do not know what to believe, and we really do not know what to expect until we give people a chance. So I can't speak up for any young person right now, because you never know what they would do.
I still want to bring in the point I was trying to make earlier regarding 2face. So the last time, he did not complete and conclude that what do we call it? The demonstration that was supposed to take place, and now that he has started
Occupy Nigeria, you mean?
I don't even remember.
Think it was Occupy Nigeria.
Anyway, this one that he has started now with COSON, I'm hoping that at the end of the day that he can pull through and get to the end. I'm hoping that some people won't go and talk to him like to calm down. If he has started this, let him see it through and see what, so that there's some kind of
conclusion. But this one is different. He's not calling for a demonstration. He's just raising his voice.
No, but the thing is, the way in which he was persuaded at that time, I have a feeling that he might be dissuaded once again.
The only way this would not get anywhere is if other artists keep
don't
quiet.
say anything.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Okay, all
because
right.
you can't fight this battle alone.
Yeah,
exactly. Okay, time for a quick break. When we return, we'll be discussing the VGMA's Brawl and the repercussions on the celebrities that were involved. We'll be right back.
What we
do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect am.
If you no talk, dem go beat you.
Na 2,500 I dey pay.
Welcome back. This is Tea Time, and we've got time for just one more story, and it's on the VGMA Brawl to do with Shatta, Wale and StoneBwoy. Both of them have been banned indefinitely, and awards will be taken back. I think the awards have to do with the particular night in question, because they both won certain awards, and according to Charterhouse, who organizes the VGMAs, those awards will be taken back from them. Okay, so Elsie.
You said they will be indefinitely suspended, and I think the interesting part of that press conference was when she said it doesn't mean that they are not going to work with them or they're severe in a relationship, that when there is a project or a client that wants them, they will still put them on the bill, and then, I mean, I'm wondering what the suspension is really.
Yeah. No, the suspension is, if I watched it to the end, and she's saying that you need to respect the values of what the award stands for. So if this is the Vodafone Ghana Music Award plaque, every time you see it, you see unity, you see solidarity, you see fairness in competition. Those are their values.
She was talking about Charterhouse logo, actually.
What?
She was talking about Charterhouse logo.
No, it's the Charterhouse is in charge of putting together the
and so many other
telecommunication company I just called is actually a sponsor for the award, which is why they call it, and so many other sponsors like every other award in the world.
That's what I'm saying. So the logo she wants to represent unity is the Charterhouse, and not necessarily if
but everybody knows that
themselves.
who is in charge of Charterhouse. I'm not talking about you're missing my point. Maybe I need to explain better. The thing is, Charterhouse organizes that, so obviously the award is done by Charterhouse. The telecommunication company name just comes first because they're the main sponsor of the event. So she wants that plaque to represent unity, fairness, and competition, and all of that. So which is why they're withdrawing that. But it doesn't mean we cannot work together as artists, because these are like the big. If they don't work with those guys, they probably wouldn't make any money, because they put a lot of shows together each year.
Who wouldn't make any money? The
Charterhouse. Because if you organize shows and you don't have a StoneBwoy, you don't have a Shatta, Wale in Ghana. No, you know good deal. It's a same. No, you will be all right, but you won't make as much. You won't pull as much crowd as you could have. It's like saying I'm banning a Wizkid and a Davido from a concert from Nigerian music.
In Nigeria, they will be all right if it's that one. In this Nigeria, we have enough.
Yeah, we'll be all right. Imagine when you now know that a Wizkid is going to be there, a Davido is going. Do you know how many more people will go compared to other artists?
I'm just saying we have so many stars in Nigeria.
Of course, but not as I'm just saying that this.
And I guess for Ghana, they don't have that many.
Do you understand? Like that's
if you're saying you're suspending someone and you're suspending them, but you're still giving them jobs, what are you suspending them from?
No, that is they may reinstate their awards to them.
So you're suspending.
You are mixing it all.
Remember
they've taken their awards. That's different. And they're suspending them indefinitely.
So what does that suspension
The suspension
look like?
means they are not going to be nominated in future awards. They are not going to get any awards.
Award suspension.
Yeah, so they're not going to be invited. And this is not the first time that Shatta Wale has been suspended from that particular award.
Why StoneBwoy too? Wasn't it the one?
Because he was the one who pulled out the gun, and he's the one even facing an extra charge in court.
Because of the firearm that he had in his possession,
So
which we still don't know if it was licensed.
Social media went agog and saying that one person committed a bigger crime, so you should punish this person. And they're like, no, we're not the law. Let the court decide. The case is in court. Let the court decide who did the worst thing. So
I think they should have ended their English by saying we are withdrawing our awards and they are not nominated. Suspension by Charter House and you are still not. I mean, that's just confusing. But I get
business.
it. They want to make money. So yeah, because you know you want to make money, then you should be careful of the kind of statement you put out as a corporate organization. Not saying things that makes you look like you're talking from two sides of your mouth.
You're using big words but empty actions.
Yeah.
You said that you are suspending someone, but
that
they still
word
get
means a lot to a lot of people. Do you know what it means?
But once you're making money, it does not mean anything.
What's the biggest award show in Nigeria?
Okay, one of the things that I want to bring into play here is okay, so we didn't even hear about the suspension beforehand. It was when, was it StoneBwoy or Shatta Wale that said he's not going to be part of it anymore? Before they finally came out. Shatta Wale.
I think my conspiracy theory worked because I've seen other headlines. Shatta Wale swears oaths not to participate in it.
Oh, okay.
I've seen headlines now actually stating that it's
the blood was an oath.
Okay. Okay, all right. I think with that, we come to the end of Tea Time. Join us this afternoon for another episode of the program. But before then, a big thank you to my colleagues, Elsie Godwin, Ife Oshunkeye, and Ife Omai, and also the entire production team. Not forgetting our group of stylists, Kutis Empire and Liz Harrison. Until next time, I am Tokumbo Taiwo, and have a good morning.